understand that certain gestures that we perform may be a part of our culture, but I also feel like some of our gestures may be more of an individual, personal thing based on the things that we have experienced. And one of the things that I can think of is eye contact. I'm going to describe when I make eye contact, what type of eye contact am I making, and why. For starters, every time I talk to someone, I don't necessarily feel compelled to look them in the eye. But if it's a stranger, an absolute stranger, I tend to, because I want to signal that we're engaged, you have my attention, since you don't know me, but keep it brief, straight to the point, because I'm ready to go. Now, if it's someone I'm familiar with and I look at them dead in the eye, it's because I'm telling them something that's very serious, or I'm learning something from them. And usually that is my way for me to be attentive. When I'm learning something, that's when I'm most alert. Now, there are times in which I may be sharing something, telling a story, and I don't hold eye contact. And it's particularly if it's a story that agitates me. Anytime I vent, anytime I rant, I'm bitching and moaning and screaming at the person, possibly, even though it's not their fault. But I do that because I don't want for my aggression, the aggression that I know my eyes are going to project, to be hitting that person. It's not this person's fault. So why would I talk to them with this fierce energy that I have and give them that image of me? Even though they know it's not about them and it's not personal, I don't want to give them that memory of me being upset and directly looking at them. Because to me, with my eyes, because I am upset, I am signifying aggression. Why would I represent aggression to someone who has nothing to do with it? Now, if I'm telling a story in which I'm super sad, super hurt, super traumatized, anything like that, I usually do hold eye contact, and it's because I find it comforting to look at that person who I'm actually opening up to, which on its own it's a miracle. But I also like to do that because it's almost like I can see myself reflected through their eyes in a weird way. And I find that soothing. That's what makes it weird for me, because I would think that holding eye contact, it's something that is very compromising, I guess. And in that moment of me being vulnerable, to be able to look at someone in the eye and share something that I legitimately don't feel comfortable with sharing just on the regular. When I'm at work, I 100% hold eye contact as the person is speaking, but I don't necessarily hold eye contact as I'm speaking and I'm multitasking, or sometimes they're speaking and I'm multitasking. So if I'm at a register in a quick-paced environment where I have to keep a line going, I will greet you, hey, how's it going? Eye contact. If I reach your eyes, great. If I don't, whatever. I will wait until at some point in the transaction I get to actually make eye contact with you. But at least at the very, very end, you can count that I'm always going to say my dismissal while holding eye contact. And of course, it's going to be like a very relaxed gaze, because there's nothing stressful about what I'm doing. And what I'm doing, it's something I'm doing with confidence. But I have noticed about myself that if I'm particularly at customer service, and that tends to be more of a one-on-one, we gotta get something dealt with, I definitely want to make it a point to hold eye contact unless I have to read a receipt or just look at something. But as I'm addressing the person, I will look at them. And if we are trying to troubleshoot something, then I'll have my eyes fixed on what's going on. I'll say what I have to say, and at the end, if I ask them a question, that's when I'll turn and look at them again. And the reason I make this topic at all is because I feel like body language is something that's getting lost a little bit. And I think that some misunderstandings could actually be avoided if we projected ourselves better with our own body. And then, last but not least, in my personal life with my mom, if I'm telling her a story, once again, that's upsetting me, I definitely never make eye contact with her. But if I'm just sharing something that's a little more, I guess, formal or something with more importance, it's like, okay, 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 gotcha. Usually with my loved ones, weirdly enough, I feel like those are the ones I should look in the eye more often, but I often don't because I feel comfortable in their presence. And I feel that I will hold eye contact differently with someone who I'm not confident with because while I'm doing that, I'm trying to read the person as well. So whether they're saying something or I'm saying something, sure, I'm picking up what they're verbally conveying, but for me, the eyes are also telling another part of the story, even if they can't produce words of their own. I wish I could explain that. Maybe one day I'll do a video in which I dwell on that unspoken language, but I'm not sure. It's just stuff that I can pick up on, and sometimes I spook people out because out of the blue I'll say something that they've never said to me before, and they go, I never told you that. And I'm like, but you did. I was able to pick it up, wasn't I? So you did. You just didn't have to use words. I wish that I could explain to people how that works because it's something that I know is possible to do because hell, I do it. But how can you explain something that you cannot picture? Yeah, you guys, that's it from me on the note of eye contact. Thanks so much for tuning in. How are you when it comes to your personal interactions? Do you like to hold eye contact? Do you feel uncomfortable by it? Do you think it's not important? Do you think people make it a bigger deal than it needs to be? Do you think eye contact can really tell if a person is being deceitful or not? Personally, there's a part of me that does, but a part of me that doesn't because I know that I have told true stories in which I wasn't consistently holding eye contact, but just because I wasn't doesn't mean I'm trying to hide something. It's just personal preference based on the setting. Now, anytime I speak to someone who's more of an authority figure, it's a semi guarantee that I'll be holding eye contact, and the only time I won't be holding eye contact is if I'm upset, if I'm becoming more verbally, I don't want to say aggressive because I'm not someone who's like verbally attacking someone, but that tension, I don't want to deposit that tension on the person. I'm depositing the tension on the situation that I'm describing, but I don't want the person to perceive it as a personal attack. And that's why I think that not holding eye contact is what makes that separation. All right, I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.